As mentioned earlier, Slo-Be gained most of his traction when he linked up with Sacramento blood rapper Bris. As the two were blowing up in their own right, they were becoming aware of their legacy. Bris was asked in an interview how having children changed him, to which he responded, it made him appreciate life more and that he needs to stay around for them.
That's just the main reason I know, like, I gotta stay alive out here, you feel me? Just they keep me, like, they just make sure I make, you feel me? Just think 3 times ahead about everything I do. I gotta move sharper, just, you feel me? Because I gotta be here for them.
Tragically, just 1 year later, he would be brutally murdered in his own neighborhood, as in June 2020, Young Slo-Be's frequent collaborator Bris would be gunned down after a short vehicle collision where he was ultimately shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Bris was a member of the Fruit Ridge Bloods, and he was allegedly chased in the Fruit Ridge area when he crashed into a pole and was shot dead after attempting to escape his attackers. Multiple theories spread online over exactly who was responsible for this murder. Some suggested that Bris was set up by an OG from Fruit Ridge, and then, a few months later, this led to an arrest. Initially, the public assumed that Bris was killed by Oak Park, where the rapper Mozzie is from, in Sacramento, as the two had beef based on their affiliations. However, the police ended up arresting somebody from a different set, with the main consensus now being that members from the Mexican gang Nortenos, or Northerners, from the Oak Park area were actually behind the murder. Slo-Be would ultimately go on to explain his pain after Bris's death.
R.P. Bristy move. Yeah, man, that's the GOAT.
Showing just how important it is to leave the area you grew up in once you reach success. Sadly, it seems that Slo-Be was also too late, as just 2 years later, Young Slo-Be would meet the very same fate just 20 minutes outside of Stockton in Manteca, California, when on the 5th of August 2020, Thizzler, a company Slo-Be and other EBK members had worked with for years, reported the news of his death. Oddly, Slo-Be was shot in the early hours of the morning, and fans were heartbroken to wake up to the loss of Slo-Be, as were his Nightingale friends who were devastated. In his No Jumper interview, EBK J-Bo explains that he loved Slo-Be regardless of their recent fallouts, with J-Bo appearing on Slow Cheese to clear up the situation with Slo-Be's baby mother.
Fans were kind of like, you know, like, damn, like, where's the loyalty at? Like, all the girls you got, J-Bo, and you want to touch, and you want her, you sleeping with her, all the girls you got. So the fans was kind of like, you know,
if Slo-Be was here, he wouldn't care. Not to disrespect her or nothing either, you feel me, because she cool. But she, you feel me, she live a different type of lifestyle. Like, that's not no regular, like, you feel me? Like, I understand if it was like, okay, you brother, baby mama, like, that's really like, that's really his, like, that's a cool, off limits. I wouldn't even look that way. But you feel me, not to act like she didn't really with Slo because she be with him. But at the end of the day, that ain't no regular, it's fair game. RP brother, I never disrespect my brother. That's my brother, dead homies. Got the utmost respect to brother to the maximum capacity.
He would also explain that EBK were due to regroup and start putting out music together again.
I mean, bro, you feel me? I love that, bro. Niggas put our differences and you feel me, on some kids. But niggas finna put our differences to the side. You see jocking, that's cool.
I was just finna ask you that too.
We was planning it, bro. Just didn't know. We been planning it, bro. Just didn't put the plan into effect. So, bro, Slo-Be was a big, you feel me, part of that plan. He gone now, though. But just gonna keep it lit, nigga. Gonna push his Slo-Be mode, bro.
He then says tornadoes are coming for that, clearly indicating that EBK insists on getting get back for Slo-Be's murder.
You feel me? And nigga, oh, tornadoes coming for that. Period.
Damn.
Ain't really nothing else to say about it.
Right now, no arrests have been made, and it would seem that this murder might go unsolved, but many rumors have been spread online as to who it was that might have been responsible, with some assuming that it may have been the enemies Slo-Be had made in the Sacramento area when he clicked up with Bris, or some suggested that he had been killed over a dispute with a female that he'd been dealing with. Another theory is that Flyboy's affiliated rapper Band-Aid Snowy may have been involved, as in his song Peekaboo, he raps plucking dudes in the early morning, making morning news. Eerily, Young Slo-Be's last recorded music video was for his track titled Don't Come to My Funeral, a very common trend with rappers almost predicting their own fate and visiting graves on their last recorded music video. The video would begin, eerily, with a memorial to Slo-Be. However, what's more likely is that this beef was a local one in Stockton. Due to posts and lyrics from EBK members, it would seem that the Trap Mob or the Flyboys had something to do with the murder. One of the first clues is a Flyboy member named Damar being killed in a double shooting very shortly after Slo-Be's death.
Well, this is still a very active scene, Andrea. We have several Stockton police detectives here investigating this shooting. Stockton police confirm with me that 2 people were shot around 7:40 tonight. 1 person died and the other was hurt and taken to a nearby hospital. We're told the shooting happened here at the Southside Market grocery store that's off of South Airport Way near East 8th Street. Detectives seem to be canvassing this whole area, focusing on the front of the store, and you can also see several of these evidence markers here in the middle of the parking lot there as detectives still try to process what exactly happened here. Again, as I mentioned, detectives seem to be focusing on this whole area, including the front of that store. We want to show you the middle of the store there. There is a silver vehicle that appears to have 2 bullet bullet holes, what looks like 2 bullet holes in that car. Again, detectives canvassing really this whole area, and we are being told that, again, 2 people were shot, 1 person died, and another person was taken to a nearby hospital. Again, several detectives are out here right now trying to figure out what led up to this shooting. Right now, detectives and police are not saying what, if they have any suspect description or any description of any of the victims in this case, but of course, stay with us as we continue to learn more. For now, reporting live in Stockton tonight, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.
Orko, thank you.
With Redditors chiming in on how fast this was and how EBK wanted that get back for Slo-Be. Shortly after, EBK Trey B would take to Instagram to taunt the Flyboys, telling them to go and slide. And over the next few years, Flyboys would take several more losses, such as Jay Black, who was actually a rapper from the set that was killed in a double homicide, where EBK Lil Pay was arrested, and another member, Cholo from the Flyboys, also ended up getting killed. Get back for Slo-Be's murder was also mentioned in numerous songs, like EBK J-Bo's Slo-Be Mode, where he raps, "Told bro, X me out the hood if I don't slide for slow." He also mentions that suckers were responsible for his death, and clearly J-Bo felt a way about Slo-Be being killed, and after coming home from jail in 2023, he had the same cross face tattoo in his honor. He would explain that the tattoo was a tribute, but also stands for something else, possibly catching bodies, which J-Bo raps about often. But regardless of all the get back, it would unfortunately not bring Slo-Be back. And despite alleged revenge in the streets, to this day, many EBK members are still left heartbroken about the things that played out in the past.